welcome. Today, we are going to pull back the curtain on something that's quietly running your entire digital life, and that's SQL. We're going to demystify this secret language that powers literally everything, from your social media feed all the way to your bank account. And I'm not kidding about that everything part. Seriously, just think about your morning. You check the weather on your phone, you scroll through a few news headlines, maybe you glance at your bank balance. You've already talked to a database dozens of times. Every single one of those actions is a conversation with a database, and you don't even realize it. So why should you care? Well, because databases are everywhere. The language used to talk to them, SQL, is one of the most valuable tech skills you can have. I mean, look at these numbers. Mastering SQL can open doors to some incredibly high-paying careers. It just goes to show you, there's a huge reason to understand what's really going on under the hood. Okay, so let's dive in. We know they're important, but what is a database really? Let's break this down. I promise it's way simpler than it sounds. Before we had modern databases, managing information was just chaos. Absolute chaos. Imagine trying to keep student records on a bunch of separate text files. You'd have duplicate info all over the place, details that don't match up. It would be a total nightmare to find anything. Databases came in and brought order to all of that madness, creating one single, secure, and totally reliable place for all that information. So at its heart, a database is really just a super organized digital filing cabinet. That's the best way to think about it. It's a system built from the ground up to hold huge amounts of information in a way that makes it incredibly fast and easy to find things, add new stuff, or change things later on. But here's the thing, you don't actually mess with the filing cabinet directly. You need a librarian, right? Someone to manage it all for you. And that is the Database Management System, or DBMS. It's the software, think MySQL or PostgreSQL, that takes your requests and does all the hard work of finding and managing the files for you. So how does this digital librarian organize everything? Well, in these simple, intuitive tables. If you've ever seen a spreadsheet, this will look really familiar. You've got columns that tell you what kind of information is there, like first name or country, and then you have rows, where each row is one unique record, like our customer here, Luca Bianchi. Okay, so if the database is the filing cabinet and the DBMS is the librarian, how do we talk to the librarian? We need a common language, right? And that language is SQL. SQL stands for Structured Query Language, and it's basically the universal way to have a conversation with your data. Now, the real beauty of SQL is that it's a declarative language. All that means is you just describe what you want, like, hey, get me all the users from Spain, and you don't have to worry about telling the database how to do it. It's way less like writing complex code and a lot more like making a very specific, clear request. And you know what the best part is? The huge majority of things you'd ever need to do can be done with just 4 basic commands. Let's call them the 4 magic words of data. First up, we have select. This is your read command. It's how you ask questions. So you use select anytime you want to pull information out of the database, like asking to see all of your customers who live in Japan, for example. And you can see exactly how it works right here. We start with our full table of customers. We run that simple select command, asking for everything from the customer table where the country is Japan. And just like that, the database filters everything out and gives us back only the one matching record for Aiko Tanaka. It's that simple and that precise. All right, on to our next magic word, insert. This is your write command. It's how you add brand new information into your digital filing cabinet. Like when a new customer signs up, you need to insert their details into the table. So if we look at our table that has 3 customers, you can see the effect right away. The moment we run an insert command with the new customer's info, boom, a 4th row for Sophia Mueller just pops right into the table. But what happens when information changes? People move, right? That's where update comes in. This is your edit command. You use it when a record is already there, but you just need to change some part of it. So let's take Carlos Gomez here. Initially, he's listed as being from Spain. We can run an update command to set his country to Mexico, using his unique customer ID to make sure we change the right person. The command just zeroes in on that one specific cell and changes the value. Perfect for keeping data accurate. And finally, we have delete. And yeah, it does exactly what it sounds like. This is how you permanently get rid of a record from a table. You'd use this when, say, a customer closes their account and you need to remove their data for good. And the result is, well, exactly what you'd expect. We start with a record for Aiko Tanaka, customer ID number 2. We run the delete command specifying that ID, and poof, her entire row is instantly and permanently gone from the table. So there you have it. Select, insert, update, and delete. Read, write, edit, and remove. It might sound simple, but those 4 commands are the engine that powers almost the entire digital world. So let's connect this back to the apps you use every single day. Think about it. When you check your bank balance, that's a select command running to grab your data. When you make a post on social media, you're actually triggering an insert command. When your Amazon order status changes to shipped, yep, an update command just ran. And when an item sells out online, a delete command probably just took it out of the inventory table. It's all happening all the time right behind the scenes. And that's really the bottom line, isn't it? Data on its own is just raw, unorganized facts. It's SQL that acts as the key. It's what lets us process and organize all that raw data and turn it into something that's actually meaningful and valuable.